Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, guys, we've got another vlog, which I certainly want to archive. It's more or less what Steve Olson and Wayne Steiger have also covered. It's an addendum on that, um, and it augments the same claims. I guess we've been picking this up in the Stereo H1 satellite and other satellites orbiting in and around our solar system. What they're picking up is other celestial bodies, planets, all the stuff that I've been referring to prior to this coming to a head. I guess if you look at the date on this, well, in fact, the date is going to get mentioned in a second, and you'll find that we've been discussing and I've been pointing out, or at least alluding towards certain celestial bodies being planets, and not planets that actually belong to our solar system, but to a binary star system, another solar system in and of itself, which is smaller solar system. My research suggested that there are two huge gas giants in that solar system. Two stars, one's a dwarf star, the other is a proton star. That proton star is known as Nemesis popularly. I believe that it's the very same star that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God, took an oath by, and is referred to as An-Najmu Thaqib in the Quran, which is the star with piercing brightness. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God knows best. I understand that that star is the primary star at the center of this binary star system, this miniature solar system that's entered our solar system, and it's got other planets with it, two of which are gas giants, the others, Allahu Alam, God knows best. But there are certainly other moons and stuff, and we've captured along the way, along this journey, we've captured all manner of celestial bodies in the sky during their retrograde orbit past our horizon, and some have had a multicolored surface, some atmosphere, some have had a green surface, some we've seen with a blue surface, and maybe even and a beige one as well. And then you've got the dwarf star itself, which is very reddish, pinkish in hue, and then you've got the primary star, which is the proton star, and Najm Thaqib, which is piercingly bright. The only analogy I could give of it, and it's what I've seen in my dreams, is um, burning magnesium in the science lab, and the sort of bright white light that you get from that with a blue haze around it is pretty much what I've understood the proton star to be, and Najm Thaqib. Anyway, I'll let this gentleman continue, and I'll archive it as soon as we're done.
December 23rd, 2016.
Now you see the dates, and you'll see what I've been sharing with you guys ahead of all of this. These individuals have only come across this information right now.
And yet again, we are coming up with some very, very amazing footage coming from the stereo craft. And what you're about to see is probably going to blow your mind. We've actually seen multiple planets on several different views coming from several different craft. And I'm going to show you all of these.
This explains all the incessant chemtrailing that we're seeing. Now they're covering all the sky. They used to cover the sun at sunrise and sunset, and maybe at noon. Now you've seen them cover most of the sky throughout the day, um, uh, uh, with the odd day where they haven't really, but I guess that's when there's nothing really that's going to be seen on our horizon during that time. But for the most part, they seem to be covering it a lot more now.
And just as I was finishing up this report, Steve from WSO and Wayne Steiger were also doing similar research and investigations on this footage. And I'm going to show you what they captured. And I'm going to show you what I captured. And there is no doubt, it definitely seems to be that there is a small solar system within our inner solar system. Now, what?
And from what I understand, the only thing that we should have seen at best is Earth and Mercury in the stereo H1 satellite. For whatever reason, what we're seeing right now is, and these lines are the polarities, the magnetic poles of each. So they're highly charged bodies. These are actual planets. They're not just anything. This stereo satellite is designed to pick up highly charged celestial bodies. And you see these polarities going through them, which suggests that they're planets with magnetic poles on both ends. So all of these are actually planets, when in fact all we should have been seeing is, in this particular satellite, at best of times, 3 celestial bodies. 2 are there almost all the time, which is Mercury and Earth.
What you're looking at on your screen right now is the stereo ahead image. And if you follow my cursor, right here is the planet Earth. You could see this polarity line going up and down through the planet Earth. Right down here, you're going to see the planet Mercury. Now, I'm going to click over real quick, and you can see this is a similar view, but with a red background. Now, you can clearly see where Mercury is. You can clearly see where Earth is. Now, this is all set for the same time and date. This is going from December 11th through December 29th. Now, some of the footage on the other views will stretch a little further, but you will be viewing these same objects orbiting through space. Now, let's get back to this image. What I'm going to show you clearly, here where my cursor is, that is a planet. This is planet Earth. This is planet Mercury. This is a planet. This is a planet. And this is a planet. Now, it's kind of a shame that the word stereo ahead is written across the top, but I do believe we are looking at another planet way up here at the top, almost at the 12 o'clock position. I really can't confirm that because the word stereo ahead is over top of the image. Now, never before have I ever seen anything like this, viewing any of this footage. And we all use this footage as Planet X researchers or investigators because it plays a vital role in what we're trying to find. And lo and behold, one day we're going to see something that's going to blow our minds, and today is one of those days. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go straight to the footage that Wayne Steiger and Steve Olson were capturing on the SETI imaging. So let's go ahead and take a look at what they found.
Record. Hi everyone, this is a addendum to what we were recording before. Steve, thank you for staying on. I'm going to let you do the commentary because you and I saw this and we just kind of went, what? So let's run this first through, okay? What do you think?
Yep, just run it and let everybody see it.
So explain.
It's probably going to blow your mind. We've actually seen multiple planets on several different views coming from several different craft. And I'm going to show you all of these. And just
this, and we just kind of went, what? So let's run this first through, okay? What do you think?
Yep, just run it and let everybody see it.
Okay, guys, you see those black dots? They're the planets that don't belong in our solar system. Wow.
So explain the black dots. These right here. Please pay attention to those. You'll see some down here. Okay, Steve, so everyone saw that. So I'm going to run it. I'm going to stop it right here.
Okay, yep.
So what do we have here? What are these black dots?
Right. So first of all, let's identify what we know is the Earth and Mercury in a retrograde, and that's the way it'll appear from this AHI1 camera. Okay. This particular camera picks up polarity. Okay. You have to have a lot of energy to show up on this, and nothing in the star field shows up on this. This always shows the coronal ejections and the behavior of the sun. And I've never seen this particular shot where I've seen black dots come out, okay? For us to see those black dots, they would have to be highly charged planetary objects. They could be dwarf planets, they could be any number of things, but the fact that we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, there's one that's along the bottom there is 5.
Yeah.
And then you're going to see a 6th one come out of the coronal ejection here in a minute, right?
Here it emerges right here.
Yep. And then what you're seeing on the top there, that should be Mars. I'm not sure it is, guys, but that's what it should be. Usually Mars comes out with a really strong line on it, though, just like what you're saying. Holy crap, what is that down in the lower right?
Yeah.
So remember, looking at if you think about the sun, the Earth is going around the sun, the spacecraft is staying focused on the Earth, and we're flying through space, and basically we're flying through a bunch of planets, dude.
It does seem that way, doesn't it?
Well, I'm going to stop the video right there. So you can clearly see on the video footage that they captured, you can clearly see the black dots as they are orbiting through space. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this first piece of the Secchi footage and go ahead and take a look at yourself, and you could see these planets clearly orbiting. 1, 2, 3, 4. One just passed us. 5. Here comes another one. Now, I'm not sure if these lines identifying the planet are going to show up on the video. I'm going to go ahead and do this in high definition, so hopefully they do appear. Now, what I'd like to do is just stop this, and we're going to go ahead and blow this up. So hopefully you get a good look at what I am seeing on here. So we have the planet Earth, we have Mercury, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I believe the 6th planet may have gone out of view or not in view yet. But usually these planets, they're labeled. We know exactly what.
I'm only going to, I guess, reiterate the same request to Maker, my beloved scholars, is that you go to the channel itself and you go to the About Us link. There's a PDF in it titled in the About Us called Signs. That PDF was uploaded around about 6 months ago during early Ramadan, and in that it's almost a intermediate level initiation into this phenomena. And then what you can do is graduate to the channel, but work backwards from the earliest installments in terms of what's been archived on the channel, work your way all the way to the current stuff, and you'll pretty much be up to date with what, at least I believe, is happening and what has been hypothesized in that document. And then, whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God takes you from there. but I certainly feel that there's a lot there, subhanallah, to consider and to look at, and then from there onwards, I guess, I mean, I've done my part, subhanallah. I can, like, subhanallah, wash my hands of it, of the responsibility. I just feel like I feel compelled, and there's just this it's I can't explain it. I just feel like I've got to keep at it until, inshallah ta'ala, some significant difference has been made with the learned scholars, and they've actually taken this on board seriously, and then maybe perhaps they've then once they can mobilize themselves on this phenomena and this topic, and then I'm sure in light of Quran Sunnah, they'll probably um, 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 take this matter much further than I could ever possibly do. And the whole point of any of this and all of this is that it benefits the Ummah, humanity, and that's my only the only thing that's motivating me to continue and continue and continue at this uh, to the very last minute, I guess. Inshallah, hopefully, uh, inshallah ta'ala, that you'll probably now maybe consider this as a serious phenomenon that is actually occurring and that requires the attention of our scholars.
What we're looking at. Now, let's move to the other piece of footage. Now, you can clearly see these planets are labeled. This object that's moving through space has no label on it. Yes, it should be Mars. So we're not too sure whether or not that would be Mars. I'm pretty sure that should be labeled, but it is not. Now, you can see some of these planets moving through this piece of footage, but it's very hard because you have all of the stars in the background. But we're going to go ahead and move to another camera. And I'm going to have to zoom this in a little bit for you so you can clearly see these. You have one coming here. You have one passing by here. This will reload. There's one here. There's one right behind it. There's another one here. There's another one down below. So we're counting approximately 5 or 6 unidentifiable planets moving through our inner solar system, and it seems to be in their own orbit. Now, once again, the Nemesis solar system is said to have up to 8 planets and approximately 3 to 5 moons. So what are we seeing? Are we possibly seeing some of the moons of these other larger planets? Is this possibly the planets that are showing up in a lot of our photographs? Once again, I wish we had 100% solid answers. Let's take a look at some other footage here because this is absolutely amazing. Same thing, this is a different camera, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop this. Oh, let's go ahead and I'll move it forward a little faster. Because these planets, you can clearly see them. I'm going to pause it right there. So, right over here in the corner, to the left, 9 o'clock position, we have Mercury. Here we have Venus. Right over here, we have Mars. Take a look where my cursor is. There's a planet here. There's a planet here, here, and right below Mars, right here. So just in this footage, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and possibly a 5th one that is not showing up in this footage. So the bottom line is there are definitely multiple planets in our solar system that we do not know about. We're not being told anything about them. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this footage so you can clearly see it for yourself. And I started this footage all the way back in November 25th of 2016, and I stretched it all the way through December 22nd, 2016. You can clearly see planet here. There's a planet here. You can clearly see the lines from these planets. This would probably be, most likely, Mars. Now, here we go. Here are the planets that Steve was talking about coming out of the coronal discharge. Literally, 2 of them you could see on this footage right below. Here you go again. Here is another planet. Now, folks, I'm just going to let you know, stars do not show up like that on this footage. They just don't. And what gives this away are the lines extending vertically through the planet. As you can see here on Earth, this line going north and south, straight through the planet. Same thing with Mercury. And then these planets are actually in an orbit. There is absolutely no doubt. I'm very surprised that NASA left this footage up there, but then again, they may possibly have their hands full with everything that is going on and everything that is probably coming up in the very near future.